because I need to be somewhere here. Yes. I don't want to do an intro, so I will get to the point. I watched over a period of couple of months a lot of documentaries about serial murderers, killers, whatever. Just true crime kind of thing. Just something interesting to listen to when I'm like either studying or just to unwind to something like different. So looking at all those real life cases of people getting attacked by these people and how these people look like and how they behave like and getting a detailed look into their life, I have noticed sorry, I have noticed tendencies that I would really like to share with you. So yeah, first point, godlessness. And I will also link what I will say about these, tendencies with the real world and the tendencies going in the real world. So a lot of people notice kind of like godlessness in the world where people are becoming more atheistic and rather not believe in God and believe in something different. And in 21 years of living on this earth, I have noticed that people are really designed to worship something, some idea which is bigger than you are, or will worship someone or something, whatever, right? So people are designed to worship. And in the idea of God, in like religion, where you believe in some one something and you behave in a way that it will not upset that God, and if it brings you to do 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 good things on this planet. And nowadays we see that people are not believing in God, and the amount of people that believe in it decreases, and kind of sad to see it around. Also, like living in Western Europe, you kind of get to notice, like when you, especially when you talk to the like different people from different areas, um, from different backgrounds, you see that people rather not believe in God and believe in something else, and live by different rules or think differently, whatever. The danger in that is the absence of God leaves a space for something else to come, which may not be good in a sense. By that I mean, it could be, it could have a different ideology, some you would believe in something different rather than, and do different things rather than conventionally how people have been doing in Christianity and Islam or different religions, but mostly in those two, which are the two top two religions, as far as I know. When you don't believe in something good on this planet and you believe in something else, or you don't believe in anything, which leaves you in a room where when you are alone in the room, you really believe that no one is watching you, rather than when you believe in something, when you believe in a God, when you are alone in the room, you know that you're not alone. Um, and looking at the lives of all those criminals, when their lives have been explained in the video, right, you would see that they were either like, from their messages, from their sayings, they were either not believing God or they would believe in something different than the God or the like the Satan or whatever, right? So, and we see the rise of people not believing God nowadays, which is not, which does not mean that people would get, you know, would become serial killers. I hope not. But it is just, like the first step to morally, for a moral decaying society. I don't know. But it's the first thing that I really notice. I don't see it really often being said, like being said when describing the tendencies of, those kind of criminals. They describe things like childhood trauma or, the bad childhood, um, illnesses. Those are like pathological, like more from a medical side, which are also correct. But these are the ones that I noticed from like a human point. I don't know, from psychological. I'm not a psychologist, whatever. But from like a human point, physical unattractiveness and or obesity. Obesity would not be as much as in most of the cases, but in most cases it would be more like unathletic. The criminal being in a very unathletic shape, in a very bad shape, or really skinny and not looking powerful, you would say. And by saying powerful, I really mean that because most of these people, when they when they got caught, some of them, like most of them, just unalived themselves, and the police didn't get to interrogate them. But the ones that got interrogated, right, they would always mention that they wanted to feel power, and the way that they seek that power was through unaliving, other people, which who were in most cases like weaker people, like kids, women, or elderly people, but mostly kids or women who are physically inferior to men most of the times. And by that they seek power. And when you look at them, you see that they are powerless in their own physical body, and and they need that power. People need power. Everyone seeks power in some sort of way, through manipulating or becoming powerful themselves, whatever the case may be. However, most of these people chose to become powerful in a more sinister way, rather than go the more powerful, the more powerful, I would say, way of working on your own body, on your physical health. If they seek that power from their own body and they went to do some physical things, either become a fighter or become some athlete, whatever, right? Or just become strong in general, harden yourself physically. They chose the more of a coward way, more of a fast coward, but however, the most adrenaline pumping way. I don't know, but you just notice that if you have put that all that energy into working on your own body, all that energy to unalive, wanting to unalive other people, right, into your own self, bro, you would have been like Mr. Olympia. I don't know. These people could have become something, some athlete, some fighter, some runner, um, I don't know, anything, like some athletes, and they chose the other way. So in real life, we see people looking very unathletic, and by unathletic, I mean just you just see they're out of shape. They got the tummy, but they got the belly, they got the tits hanging. Like, I'm talking about men, right? You see, like, okay, you could have like tried more in your life and do some push-ups and go to a gym, maybe run a couple of times a week. I don't know, you could have done something. But when you look at people just being out of shape, and the amount of people being out of shape going up, and you notice with your own eyes more and more people out of shape, some in some cases even really obese people, you think like, okay, these people, right, they don't mean bad. They're also human beings. They just love to eat, maybe in very big amounts, right? But these humans operate on the same system kind of way. But by that I mean they also seek power. They still want to seek power, and when they cannot seek power from their own body, when they're in a very bad shape, where are they gonna get that from? That's the question I really ask myself. Are they gonna seek that power through online bullying, online some kind of whatever the case may be? Will they go the online way and try to seek power from becoming some moderators somewhere, and you know take out people as you wish, or destroy someone online? I don't know. Where the case may be, they will still try to seek power, and it might not be in the best way, and that is a concern. I hope some people get to hear that and they think about it themselves. More points, my bad. Early exposure to hardcore, gore, whatever, um, content, which is also a case, especially nowadays when kids get to have fucking TikTok when they're 8, 7, whatever. When I use TikTok, I feel like my brain's getting fried and I really need to like chill out and leave my phone and do some real life shit. Get out, you know, touch some grass, sniff some leaves, I don't know, something, become a real person. And these kids are getting more and more involved into those, into like TikTok and YouTube and whatever, and their brains getting fried by all the content, and they have that energy, and instead of using that energy for real life stuff, they use that energy for basically nothing, right? And or in that nothing, in that nothingness, in that sea ocean of content, right? You can see some real bad examples of that where people may not land in the best communities or like timelines, like for you page, where your for you page is just like really toxic content and it really fuck you up. And it's the generation that is now. Who will they become in the future? We don't know. It's just time will show. However, it's a tendency that is worth like concern. Um, as in the case of all these serial criminals. Oh, some of them, especially, I even wrote in my script about Chikatilo from Russia, the Chikatilo who murdered a lot of women. Yeah, I think it was women, and after he has been caught, right, in the newspaper, after it has been published about his capture and interrogation, blah blah blah. Some people read that and they got inspired, and some people, I even watched the documentaries about people who mentioned his name, who Chikatilo's name, in their interrogations, and said that they were inspired by him and they wanted to surpass him in his like my bad, sorry, in his body count. Like, bruh, you got inspired after reading the newspaper? God damn. Like, they got exposed to that, and you know, these are cases, you gotta think about it. That's all I gotta say for that third point. Lack of masculine figure in your life. That is 100% true in 90% of the cases where the serial criminals, they come from single mother households, or they just didn't have a strong masculine figure. They had the father, but the father wasn't doing the father stuff, right? He wasn't being the man. So um, in most of the cases, these young men who were doing all these horrible acts, right, they didn't have a masculine figure who would discipline them and show them a more masculine and more constructive way, and they went the destructive way, right? They put all that energy, the masculine energy they have naturally, and by having a masculine figure in your own life helping you nurture that energy into something constructive, they didn't have that, and they were just basically like a leaf in the wind, like in Forrest Gump, the leaf that comes, you're basically the leaf. And the wind nowadays be toxic. Wind nowadays be shit. You feel me? Like, if you're in the toxic wind, you're getting fucked. Like, fucked. You feel me? So lack of masculine figure is a concern nowadays, and these factors may as as well as 100% affect the future generations becoming more psychopathic and more, you know, trying to hurt people and not trying to help the community. That would be it. Don't wish things were easier, wish you were better. Oh man, that was shit.